I have a story later for you guys. It's got some racial undertones to it. Potential sexist undertones as well, but the story definitely has an asshole. Time to say goodbye to New Albany, Ohio. Is that food right there? Let's go to my last core power yoga class. This morning is gonna be yoga sculpt. I'm gonna fucking die. And then I'm gonna meet up with, oh, I have to text Yeehaw. Yeah. Shoot, I'll have to text him later. And then I'm gonna head out to Cincinnati. All right, whew. I stayed at a suburb near Columbus called New Albany. The Airbnb host, she's Chinese, and in her profile she says she travels a lot for work. Her mom stays at the house. If anything, like, reach out to her. Her mom also uses Google Translator a lot. What was very fortunate was that the mom speaks Mandarin and I speak Mandarin, so we got along just fine. And in that house, they can hold up to 3 parties of guests. One of the other guests, it was a mom and a son. They just moved up from Florida, and before Florida, she moved from Colombia, so she still has that accent. And after a couple of days here, I guess one of the neighbors got really pissed off or annoyed, I don't know, but he started taping slips of paper all over the guest mom's car and on the front door of the house, and it was like, no Airbnb allowed in this New Albany housing association or whatever. I feel like for Asians, usually if you tell them something is against the law, they're not gonna deliberately break it just to earn money. So then I left for a day and I came back and it was all gone. The guest mom, she came back and she's like, did you hear the neighbor that was like pounding on the door and something like that? I did, but I thought it was somebody else. She answered the door and this guy just yelled in her face, you have to leave. You're not allowed to be here. If you don't leave right now, I'm gonna call the cops on you. And he was just like yelling at her for several minutes. I overhear this conversation and it's the host mom talking to her daughter, just like complaining about this dude, because I guess what happened was the guy came back and started yelling at the host mom, and the host mom was like, in a broken English, was like, oh, if you just like leave your contact information, I'll have my daughter contact you. He did not leave his information. Instead, he left the housing association's information. And later on, the host mom was telling me, she was like, we already cleared this with the housing association. Like, they know that we're doing this and they've given us the okay. I think this guy is just like deliberately targeting you guys because or targeting her, not me, because I could have passed for a relative of the family. She said, I think the guy was just targeting her because she looked like a single mom. She wasn't. She isn't. She isn't. Both parties, both the moms were very upset about it. The guest mom, she was like, the guy was really, really aggressive and in my face, and all I said was like, no, I can be here. And then the host mom, she was upset, all in Chinese. Like, who the F is this person? Like, if they had an issue, they could bring up with the housing association and they could have brought it up to us. He's just trying to use some scare tactic. She said sometimes around here, I also feel excluded because there's a lot of white people around here. If you're like upset about something, if you just like are uncomfortable with new faces because of Airbnbs and stuff, you don't have to go up to a person and yell in their face. That's just super unnecessary. Did my final yoga class in the free week, and I did a yoga sculpt, and it was so good on a Sunday morning. I feel really great. Yoga sculpt, it's just constant moving and very few breaks in between, which is not usually how I work out. Normally I would be able to do like 10-pound, 12-pound weights, but for this I just had to really drop it down because you're just constantly like bicep curl, pulse, bicep curl, pulse, triceps, tricep, pulse. I don't know what that is. That is not a tricep. Tricep is all the way to the back. Yeah, so I dropped down my weights and I made it through like 98% of the class. So yeah, Happy Sunday.
Every season till the end of the world, every moment, all the memories unfurl. I was chasing the shadows, they were slipping right out of my hands, but I lingered. Now I know where I stand. Call it amazing. You wanna do right by me in all we are facing. You wanna do right by you.
All right, made it to Cincinnati, Ohio. Is Cincinnati the capital of Ohio? I'm not sure. There's Oktoberfest happening over there, and when Christine and her boyfriend arrive, we will go visit Oktoberfest and see what the whole deal is. But they've got like half an hour more till they arrive, so I'm gonna just chill by the river. The river is really disgusting. Look at that. Here's my question about Ohio, both in Columbus and Cincinnati. Well, in Cincinnati, I know where the people are. They're probably at Oktoberfest, but I don't know where all the people were in Columbus. I barely saw any. Well, I guess I just have to remind myself that these cities are much smaller than Boston and all the other cities that I'm used to, so yeah, I just won't be seeing as many people. It's weird.
I would say we were good together.
Whoa, guys, okay, so Cincinnati is over there, across the river, and once you cross the river, you're in Kentucky. And I didn't realize that until I saw the murals back over there. The murals were like, oh, Northern Kentucky, blah, blah. Look at that, how crazy, we just passed the state border. Yeah. I don't know where she's taking them. Thank you.
Been here before?
I have not.
Well, you're standing here, looking down this aisle right here. This is the international part on the right. Hot sauces in the back, in the corner, that everything else to your left. Now you want to go to the, take this, and then I'll show you the international part, which is 75 countries around the world, and all 75 in alphabetical order here. And say Australia is the yellow 7.
Oh, got it.
Easy to find.
Okay, thank you.
You from the Philippines?
I am not.
$1,700.
Yeah.
Not that one.
Why?
2010 limited edition Blair something hot sauce.
That's like an Indonesian and Malaysian thing. It's like coffee beans digested through a sipit's, through the poop. And people love it. I love this place. Oh, what is this?